Meanwhile, tensions are high across major universities in the U.S. amid continued anti-war outbursts.
Now, U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson was met with boos after he visited the Colombia University on Wednesday. This comes as the Biden administration continues to face heat over its policies related to the Israel-Hamas war.
Well, during the speech, Johnson demanded the university president's resignation, pinning the blame on her for mishandling the anti-Israel demonstrations in the campus. He also alleged that the university president did not do enough to make Jewish students feel safe.
It is time for President Shafiq to resign in disgrace. She has lost control of this campus. She has lost control of this institution. And after listening to her comments inside, it is clear that she has no intention of getting this university under control and ensuring the safety and well-being of every student.
Johnson's visit marks the first campus visit of a top representative amid the protests. The university pushed a deadline on encampment negotiations on Friday. Just when the speaker took to the stage, students started chanting pro-Palestinian slogans, including Free Palestine and Stop the Genocide. The House Speaker warned of intervention by the National Guard if the protesters were not dispersed.
My intention is to call President Biden after we leave here and share with him what we have seen with our own two eyes and demand that he take action. There is executive authority that be appropriate. If this is not contained quickly and if these threats and intimidation are not stopped, there is an appropriate time for the National Guard. We have to bring order to these campuses. We cannot allow this to happen around the country. We are better than this.
At the Texas University, pro-Palestinian demonstrators clashed with police. As per an eyewitness video, U.S. troopers in riot suits were seen involved in a scuffle. Several arrests were also made. However, the authorities have not revealed any official figures yet.
From the beginning, we wanted a peaceful protest. We wanted something that was just like a community gathering that was meant to show our frustration with the university. But unfortunately, it did not turn out that way.
Republicans have made it clear that they will follow through with punishing colleges and universities if the protests were not controlled. Mike Johnson's crucial visit also comes at a time when the House rolled out a $17 billion aid package to Israel, including $9 billion in humanitarian help to Gaza.
Pro-Palestine demonstrations are taking place in major U.S. universities, including the Columbia University, the New York University, Yale, MIT University of California, and many more. Students are staging sit-in demonstrations, occupying buildings, and holding rallies. Over 100 students on Columbia's campus were recently arrested and charged with trespassing. Several students who took part in the demonstrations face suspension just weeks before the academic year ends. And for more on these demonstrations, our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report from New York. Take a look.
Pro-Palestinian protests continued across U.S. universities with clashes between police, administrators, and students, resulting in arrests and removal of encampments. House Speaker Mike Johnson visited Columbia University here in New York, where over 100 protesters were arrested last week. He called for White House action, even suggesting the National Guard might be brought in. Tensions remain high at universities like USC, Brown, Yale, NYU, and Ohio State, with dozens arrested and students facing academic consequences. Republicans are now in the position of defending Jewish students' safety and criticizing the so-called academic left. Columbia's president now faces potential censure on her handling of these protests. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.